Hey, here he comes, Lucy. He's hobbling through the newsroom with some strange hairy dwarf stuck to his leg. He keeps whacking him with that newspaper.
Would you get off of me?
Morning, Beaumont.
Hiya, Luce.
Hey, Riley. Looks like someone's a fan of your writing.
Very funny. Hey, anybody got a slab of raw meat so that Dingo the wolf boy will take his teeth out my leg?
Oh, let me try, Beaumont. Oh, hey there, Sonny. Won't you stop biting the nice man's thigh? Get off! That's my job.
He's not nice. He tried to stiff me. He wouldn't pay me for the newspaper.
Is that true, Beaumont?
Well,
Beaumont Riley. Here you go, little feller. A shiny new nickel.
Gee, thanks, a lady, nice lady, pretty lady.
You run along home now, okay?
Sure thing, lady, nice lady, pretty lady.
Make sure to look both ways when you cross the street.
Make sure to sell the rest of them papers.
Make sure you get your forehead waxed.
Now, Beau, how's your leg?
It smarts like the Dickens doll. Maybe I should go see a doctor.
Or maybe you should come over tonight and I'll tend to it. I could wear my Florence Nightingale costume.
And I'll be a shell-shocked American soldier with complete amnesia. I'll bring my gas mask.
See that you do. Speaking of gas, that sure was a swell story you wrote about the serial farter.
Thanks, Luce.
Skipper, this is no laughing matter. The Visigoths are being terrorized.
And if they leave, our entire economy could collapse.
You said fart.
Now Shantytown's in a real uproar.
Any developments off the newswire?
Cutting the cheese.
Just that the entire Visigoth community is up in arms.
Floating an air biscuit.
They're terrified and won't talk to the police. There could be a mass evacuation any moment.
Won't talk to the cops, eh? Maybe they'll talk to me.
Now that's resolute thinking, Beau.
Thanks, doll.
Ripping a ripe one.
But I've got a better idea.
What's that, Beau?
Maybe they would talk to me. Then again, maybe they wouldn't. I'm an intimidating kind of guy, after all.
Step in on a toad.
That you are, Beau Riley. So what are you thinking?
I'm thinking they'll talk to you, Lucy.
Me? Are you certain?
You bet. Sure, you may be tall and statuesque with piercing eyes, movie star hair, dynamite gams, and a swell rack. But there's a nurturing quality to you, Lucy. And that's what appeals to people.
Gosh, Beau, thanks.
Besides, I'll still get credit for cracking the case.
Well, since you put it that way.
Call of the trouser moose.
Come on, Luce. Grab your mink coat and muff. We gotta get to the slums. Our boy's already struck 3 times. Unless I miss my guess, this will be the 4th night of heinous flatulence. Oh, what is it now?
You said heinous.
Oh, crying out loud.
Shortly thereafter, the sleek red sedan containing Beau Riley, Lucy, and Miss Dave streaks through the streets of Hollywood on his way to Shantytown.
Gee, Beau, it sure was swell of you to have your housekeeper drive us to the ghetto.
Excuse me, sweetie. Let's get something straight. I am many things to Mr. Riley. I am his houseboy, confidant, valet de chambre, butler, cook, masseuse, chauffeur, personal accountant, and discerning fashion consultant. But I am nobody's housekeeper.
I'm sure she didn't mean anything by it, Mr. Dave.
Whatever.
She was just...
No comprende.
I mean...
Je ne comprends pas. Finito.
Mr. Dave is a bit sensitive about his job description. He takes it very seriously.
Oh, I think he's just precious. I just want to reach up and pinch his cute...
No, don't touch...
Oh, she touched me. She touched my face with her, she got her girl cooties all over me.
Here we go. A nice squirt of antibacterial gel will make it all better. See? All better. Mr. Dave doesn't like to be touched. By girls.
Well, that's just because he hasn't met the right girl yet. She'll come along one day, Mr. Dave, and poof, you'll change your mind.
Not until you grow a big, hairy...
Balzac. Remember, we're looking for Balzac Street, Mr. Dave. Better keep
two meet?
Well, it's an all too common story, Luce. I saved Mr. Dave's life in a Siamese bathhouse. And as Oriental tradition dictates, he must serve me for the rest of his life.
But, Beaumont, Mr. Dave's not Orient.
Shh! He doesn't know that. I'm afraid that's a tale for another time, Lucy.
Whatever you say, Beau. Brr, it's a little cold today. Why don't we just snuggle here in the back seat for the rest of the trip?
Sounds good to me. It is a bit nippy.
Here, Beau. Put your hands on my muff to keep warm.
We're here.
We are? Nerds, are you sure? Can't we just drive around the block for a few hours?
We're here, Beaumont.
Right.
Carefully surviving the surrounding neighborhood, our heroic threesome made their way towards the scene of the previous night devastation.
Holy hurricanes! The door's been blown right off its hinges. Knock on something, Mr. Dave. Let him know we're here.
From out of the shadow comes this frightened, Visigoth couple covered in bandage from head to foot, victim of the masked offender rampage.
Yes.
Ah!
Is it?
Mummies, run!
No, Beau, that's the poor immigrant couple who suffered at the hands of the masked offender.
It was not his hands that made us suffer. We have nothing to say to you.
Ingvar, we're being rude. Please, come in. You want maybe some sardines?
Yuck, those things taste like fish.
Enough small talk.
We're from the Daily Semaphore. I'm ace reporter Lucy Nightingale.
Nice lady.
Pretty lady, and such an honest muff.
I was hoping you could tell me what the masked offender looked like.
Well, he wore a mask.
And the underpants. They matched.
I have this pencil and paper. Do you think you could draw what they look like?
Yeah.
Here's your drawing.
Gasp! I know those underpants. The masked offender is Muchas Gaseous.
You mean Muchas Gaseous, the famous Mexican wrestler?
Hey, Lucy. How do you know about...
I enjoy a good wrestling match too, Beaumont.
A few minutes later, outside the Visigoth home,
All right, kids. Muchas Gaseous is fighting a cage match against all comers tonight at the sports arena. And we're going to be there to cheer him on.
A stakeout. Ooh, glamour word. Hooray for me.
Not so fast, Mr. Dave. You and I are going to drop Lucy off at the Semaphore, then make a quick stop at home. Once we corner Muchas Gaseous, he's liable to turn nasty. We're going to need the help of a certain ferret I know.
right you are, O'Reilly, for not just any ferret will do. I will take the world's foremost defender of truthfulness and justice to bring down a quarry of this size. This will be a job for the Crimson Ferret. After a few drive across town, Beaumont, Riley, and Mr. Dave had returned to their secret lair, the ferret hole. It's a secret chamber next to the parody pit. Beaumont conferred with Mr. Dave and after Dave about the night of activity.
Almost done, Mr. Dave?
Almost.
This may be our only chance to nab this terrorist before he strikes again. And we're going to bring the fight to him. I'm going to challenge him mano a mano. But my wardrobe will be limited. No place for a utility belt in a wrestling ring.
Nothing but boots, your mask, and ta-da! Your own special pair of ferret wrestling underpants.
Gosh, they're swell. They're all crimson and everything. Here, let me try them on. Hey, comfy. They don't chafe or ride up. Good work, Mr. Dave. I won't feel restricted while I'm using all my patented ferret moves, like the ferret eye poke, or the ferret uvula slam, or the roundhouse ferret testicle twist. But we can't leave anything to chance, so I'd better take some gadgets too.
Right. These will all fit into the special pouch I've installed right in front. If you find yourself